Hello everyone, happy day. Welcome back. Dr. Amy Schulz here with the Free Range Mama Project. Ready for another awesome video for you. We have been talking a lot about health and personal responsibility, and if there's one thing that I tell all of my patients is that health is our responsibility. Nobody is coming for you to save you when it comes to your health. It is all about our personal choice and the decision that we make for ourselves and our family. So it is super important, if ever a time, right now, to be super proactive with your health and the choices and the decisions that you make for yourself and your family. So today what I want to talk about is how to reduce cellular inflammation. This is not just for adults. We talk about this for women that are trying to have babies, people that are trying to reverse medical conditions, kiddos. Cellular inflammation, how to reduce it is what we're talking about today. So when we're looking at inflammation overall, inflammation is by far one of the largest contributors. It is a root cause of all chronic disease. And when we're looking at what that affects, that obviously is overall health, hormone issues, mental, clarity, brain function. But when we're talking about inflammation, the three main contributors that we need to look at to be able to downregulate inflammation and restore healing to the body. The first one is grains and eliminating grains. The problem is that glucose is one of the main contributors to, or grains is one of the main things that elevates glucose. Sugar touching your tongue, or grains touching your tongue, turns into sugar within 4 seconds. And in fact, they have found that a bowl of oatmeal or 2 slices of whole grain, whole wheat toast turns into sugar and is as equal to a 12-ounce can of sugar. So here's the deal. Grains, they're not good. I'm going to give you guys a couple tips here on how to reduce grains, how to eliminate them, and alternatives. The second thing when we're looking at main contributors to inflammation that need to be addressed are bad fats, or oxidized, denatured, polyunsaturated fats. Vegetable oils is a great example of one of those. And then the third thing is toxins and removing toxins. Toxins are a huge contributor to inflammation in the body because the body inflames trying to protect itself. But when that's your constant on a day-to-day basis, finally your body is like, I can't do it anymore, I need a break, I'm going to come over here and rest. And resting, unfortunately, is when we get those symptoms. So we're going to give you guys 5 tips. We're going to give you guys 5 tips on how to reduce cellular inflammation. The first one is to reduce grains. Now, when I say reduce grains, really I should say eliminate grains as much as possible. In our house, we do a lot of grain-free alternatives. My goal is never to have a tortilla for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or have bread breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have them as treats. So what I mean by that is if we're going to have a taco night, we use grain-free tortillas or grain-free taco shells. We use Siete. Siete is a good brand. And Simple Mills also is an awesome brand that we like. But again, this is in our effort to eliminate these grains. We do a lot of grain-free options. So the first one is looking for grain-free options. There are grain-free options for crackers. I'm reading my notes here for you. Grain-free options for crackers. We do granola, grain-free granola as well. Chips, tortillas. If you have questions about where to find some of these, you can ask in the comments below. We also, instead of doing rice, we do a lot of pasta and rice alternatives. So we do legume, pea protein pastas, and rices. We also do cauliflower rice. So again, rice is the grain, reducing and removing that as much as possible. Instead of bread, we'll use wrapping in lettuce, or if we do tacos, we do taco salad. These are all great ways to reduce grains. Again, if you're going to have it, do a grain alternative or a grain-free option. The second thing we want to talk about is how to look at labels and how to check labels. Now, we used to do this awesome thing for our patients called a shop with a doc, where we'd go to grocery stores, we'd go through the aisles, and we'd pick up labels and say, hey, let's find good, better, best options, and let me walk you through what we're looking for. And I'd have so many patients after that say, holy heck, I thought I was doing great, and I had no idea that X, Y, and Z is in products, and these are the things I'm supposed to be looking for. So let me give you guys a couple tips of what we do with our patients. So the first thing is looking for canola oil, hydrogenated palm, soybean. All of those are those bad denatured fats that we talked about that you want to avoid. If you're looking for oils that are safe, cooking wise, I would use an avocado and a coconut. Olive is a safe oil to drizzle on food, to use in salads, to use in dips or in dressings and in marinades. I shouldn't say mayonnaise because then you're cooking it. In hummus, you want to avoid cooking with olive oil just because of its smoke point is lower than the avocado or the coconut. So unless it's one of those three, I would avoid it at all costs. Typically those fats are denatured and highly toxic for the body. The other thing that we want to avoid when we're talking about denatured fats is farmed fish. So avoiding farmed fish and doing more wild caught fish, raw versus roasted nuts. So wanting to do the raw nuts, raw nut butters, avoiding the roasting process, again, denaturing the fats. And then when dealing with meats, doing more of the grass-fed organic beef as opposed to the commercialized beef, grain-fed that we find at the grocery store. You can find grass-fed beef at the grocery store as well, but we want to avoid the commercialized beef because of those denatured fats. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is doing a toxin cleanup. If you haven't noticed by now, I am passionate about this, whether it be for women trying to get pregnant, whether it be for women trying to reverse hormonal conditions, or whether it be for raising your healthy babies. Toxins are a big stinking deal and something that we need to be super intentional with. So when we're looking at that, you've heard me talk about EWG, Healthy Living app, or using their app. EWG is a environmental working group, using their app for makeup, personal care, cleaning products. The other thing they have is the EWG Dirty Dozen, Clean 15. So when we're talking about removing toxins, super important that anything that you're eating the skin on, that was me biting into an apple, anything that you're eating the skin on, that you buy organic. Ideally, everything would be organic, but that's not always possible. So anything that you're eating the skin on absolutely should be organic. My sweet mother bought some apples for us the other day, and if we're going to do apples, we do organic Granny Smith to keep the glycemic index low. And she bought this big bag of perfect, sparkly, non-organic apples, and my husband said, like, it's amazing that you can not only feel the film on it, but they're shiny. They look like they were just polished with, clear nail polish. And they literally, like, he was trying to scrub the film or whatever was on the outside of them. So avoid non-organic fruits and veggies, again, if you're eating the skin, as much as possible, especially for your kiddos. And then when we're also looking at toxin cleanup, I would highly recommend doing a Vibrant America Environmental Toxin Test. If you have questions about that, put them in the comments below, or if you're one of our patients, let us know. We'll get you set up with that. But that is a super important test to take because it shows your impact or your toxin load. It helps us to understand when we do detox protocols how your body's going to respond. Fourth tip, and this is a big one, we're looking at decreasing inflammation, is fasting. One of my great friends, Dr. Mindy is the expert on fasting. So if you have any questions about that or want more information, she's got a ton of great information and a ton of videos. I would go check her out. Dr. Mindy, M-I-N-D-I, or M-I-N-D-Y, and then last name Pelz, P-E-L-Z. She focuses on fasting, specifically talks about women and rebalancing hormones with that. So I would definitely recommend watching her videos. But when we're looking at fasting from a reducing cellular inflammation standpoint, the easiest way to start with that is doing intermittent fasting. So doing a 16-8 window. Essentially, that means you eat for 8 hours and you fast for 16 hours. There's a handful of different ways to fast. You can incorporate water fast. You can incorporate 24-hour fast, which is what I do usually once or twice a week. But it makes a huge difference in resetting your body, resetting your hormones, and allowing your cells to heal. One of the best ways to do that. So number 4 is intermittent fasting, water fasting, doing 24-hour fast, however you choose to fast, and then diet variation, allowing your body to get exposed to different types of foods. The final thing, tip number 5, for decreasing cellular inflammation, a couple different products that we love. One is called GCel, allowing the body to get glutathione into the cells to help decrease the inflammation, and then Bind, which helps flush out the toxins. And I'll tag those 2 supplements down below. If you've heard me say this before, hear me say it again. My goal is never to give you a supplement to treat something or to allow you to take a cellular inflammation supplement so that you can go have McDonald's every day. The goal is lifestyle, and the goal is to decrease the things, eliminate the things that are causing the problem in the first place, and then decrease that toxicity bucket and continue to dump that bucket. So again, be intentional with your health, be intentional with your family's health and your kids' health. It is our responsibility, and we have to be serious about this, because never again has there been a time more important than right now to be very intentional with their healthcare decisions. So bless you guys. I'm Dr. Amy Schulz with the Free Range Mama Project. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. Share this information. Bless you guys. Have an amazing day. I'll see you soon. Bye.